DreamHack Open is brought to you by Intel, Corsair, MSI, and Monster Energy.
A Scandinavian derby to tantalise our taste buds here at DreamHack Open Fall. And what a treat this is shaping up to be. Fnatic collide with North in our next best of 3 series as both hope to continue their upper bracket run. Of course, joining me, the wonderful Potter and Maniac to be breaking this all down. Maniac, fantastic to have you back up on the desk here, and our wonderful virtual arena, of course.
Yes, thank you very much. It took a great effort for me to stop petting the cat and coming to work, but luckily that's Counter-Strike. It's a great series, so the cat understood. We have an agreement. Sometimes I have to work, and he has to wait for me.
Maybe get the cat to watch the Counter-Strike with you.
Well, if I could have the cat
Maybe
on
get
me.
the cat on the camera.
Oh, that would be so nice. Maybe the neighbor
Let's do
would not
that.
agree. I'll ask
And then, okay, hear me out. We can get a camera for the cat and for Timo as well, and they can meet,
right.
they can interact.
talk him.
That would be lovely. How is Timo doing today, Potter? I haven't actually asked yet. I'm so rude.
Timo's doing good. He's very tired. I don't know why he's tired. I guess he had a long day yesterday of doing the same thing over and over. But he's passed out next to me. He's doing great. He would probably eat the cat. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay,
He
that's
might eat that cat.
Let's not go any further than that. I think we need to take a quick recap of our bracket so far. As today, Potter, we obviously kicked off the proceedings earlier with our first game of the day. It was, of course, Astralis versus Godsend. Maybe no surprises there that Astralis are advancing, Godsend falling into that lower bracket against Sprout. But to say that, it is a 2-0 scoreline, but actually that second map on Nuke, Godsend were really, really trying that.
They were, and they had a lot of good looks, but man, Astralis, they do work, and that series ended so fast. So although there were some brilliant moments from Godsend to actually get themselves into the match, it was Astralis all the way, just finishing it out 2-0, clean as clean can be. And you're right, Freya, Godsend versus Sprout in that lower bracket now. This is it. This is for everything. So Godsend, they need to step it up.
Yeah, they do indeed. I want to get your thoughts upon this, May. Of course, we're looking at those lower bracket teams there. It's still a bit of a gauntlet. Obviously, Godsend have already taken, they're going to be taking the place against Sprout. But we've also got Heroic, we've got OG, we've got FaZe, maybe some surprising names to see there in that lower bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, teams should not complain. They have BO3s. Back in my days, that would be best of 1. Download it over bracket. Christine knows what I'm talking about. You go to an event, you'd prepare for about 6 weeks, you'd lose the first map in overtime, and you'd get banged 16-5 the other map, and that was it. You were donezo. You had to play 2 maps and you were done. Now we have BO3s all the way. So for Godsend, they can still fight back.
Yeah, 100%. I hope to see Godsend returning with some fire in their step. But of course, we've got to focus on the match at hand, and this is going to be an absolute banger. It's going to be North versus Fnatic. And I'm wondering, Christine, have you got any kind of perceptions coming into the map veto of this one? Is there any maps you're expecting to be pulled out of the bag for either of these teams?
Yes, so I think it's pretty straightforward here. North, they should be vetoing out that Mirage. Fnatic vetoing out that Dust 2. Now North, I think they're going to pick Overpass here, not only because they won the last time around on Overpass, but because it seems to be their comfort pick. Gade finds so many entries on this map. I'm thinking it's going to be Overpass for North. Now Fnatic, they've picked Inferno time and time again. It is their comfort map. Flusha, Crims, they look so damn comfortable on this. So, and there we are. Inferno and Overpass are going to be the 2 maps that we start off with. And once again, I really like this Overpass pick coming out from North.
Oh, and then Vertigo to end things off as well, Maniac. I know you were speculating about that.
I mean, I agree with Christina 100%. And I even thought that Fnatic would remove Overpass because they've been trying, or at least pretending to play the 7 maps in all the interviews they've done. They've had a floating first veto. So them removing Nuke, opening up Overpass for North, they would 100% pick Overpass. So I hope that Fnatic's already on it. And then Vertigo as a third map. That was either going to be Train or Vertigo. But I think we're geared up for a great series.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic series indeed. Maybe we should focus it on the first map that we're going to be seeing take to the stage. It's, of course, going to be Inferno. I think, Potter, you had a brilliant point about this particular map. It's been the Flusher show. Every time we've seen it, we know that Fnatic is so comfortable on this map. As I think Maui put it, a national treasure, let's say, Fnatic and Inferno. I absolutely love that. We can see that, 13 times played, way more frequently than North, and a higher win percentage as well.
Yeah, exactly. And Inferno and Fnatic, it gets your heart racing, man. All I keep thinking about is Flusha busting out the knife, going for knife kill after knife kill. JW lurking around in the halls area, going for knife kills as well. It's definitely the charm of Fnatic, right? They know exactly when to be the ice in their veins, but also when to have a little fun. Now, hopefully they don't have too much fun. I mean, if we see these guys having too much fun, things can get out of hand really fast. But as I mentioned, it's kind of the identity of Fnatic. It's kind of gives them that second wind in those tight pressure moments when they can have fun, when they can laugh it off. So definitely, it's an interesting dynamic that Fnatic have going on over there.
Yeah, and of course we want to see that fun continuing down in the Twitch chat. Make sure you're getting your votes in. If you're siding with North, make sure to put hashtag NRTH in the chat. Or if you think if Fnatic is going to take this, put hashtag FNTC in the chat. But staying on the topic of, or actually moving on to the topic of North, we actually had a chance to catch up with Gade. So let's see what he had to say.
So Group D was, when we looked at it as an audience, a bit of an unknown quantity because we had yourselves, NIP, ENT, and Sprout. How do you feel the competition will be in comparison once you reach the playoffs?
We've always said within our team that we actually play better against the top tier teams for some reason, and I think we have a tougher time against the, I'm not going to say lesser good teams because all teams are pretty good at the moment, but I think we tend to play better against teams who are a bit more structured, and I think we play, just better CS when we're kind of the underdog. I don't like the approach, but that's just how it is for some reason.
So if you go up against Astralis, say next week, do you?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind at all. Heroic Astralis, you bring it. I'll be happy.
I feel like you want to be the #1 Danish team.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind either. I feel like that's a healthy rivalry, having the three of you going up against each other. Thank you so much for talking to me, Gade, and good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Thriving as the underdogs over there in the camp of North. And it's interesting, isn't Christine? Because we look at that Group D that we saw a couple of days ago. Surprisingly, North managed to top it. Sure, maybe the caliber of competition in that group was perhaps lower than some of the other groups we saw, namely, Group A being that group of death where Fnatic had come from. But it's still impressive to see North having a really, really strong start of the competition.
Yeah, exactly. And especially since we noticed that, all the struggles kind of North, especially in that Flashpoint closed qualifier leading up to this event. But, I'm glad that we got that sort of insight from Gade. It kind of makes sense, right? I mean, the unpredictableness of these underdog teams, the risk versus reward, especially because we're online. A lot of these players are making moves that you just can't really foresee coming. So definitely it makes sense that versus a more established team, you can kind of predict exactly the tells that they're going to be doing. So I can see that happening. Now for North coming out, they've got to come out really strong, and I'm looking exactly at Gade. As I mentioned, Overpass, and all the maps, really, he is the man that's leading the pack in a lot of these set pieces that we tend to see coming up from North, especially on their T side of things. He's the guy that the entire team are setting up those perfect pop flashes for. So definitely Gade, he's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders going into this series.
Yeah, and of course, I know, Maniac, you wanted to touch upon the man we just saw at the bottom of our screens there, MSL. He was actually really coming out in full force throughout the entirety of this competition. His entry fragging ability, his ability to put the numbers on the board, very impressive.
Yeah, he's really up there, and I've been one doubting MSL for the longest time now, and his fragging ability, well, the truth is I've been wrong, at least in this event. He's topping the numbers right now for North, 1.20 rating. I think he's in the top 6 currently in the event, which is no small feat at all. Also entry fragging, 1.29 with the AWP, and I've been watching their games, their last 3 BO3s. They live or die by his entries with the AWP on the T side. He is absolutely key, very impactful. I almost want to say too impactful, because I've seen them lack the ability to find solutions whenever he's not finding these kills on the T side. And there's another man that we need to mention, it's Lekro. To me, I am hoping to see a resurgence coming out of Lekro, because for the oldest of us in the Twitch chat, Lekro used to be a mad fragger in Fnatic when he was only a player. He only had his crosshair to focus on, and he just had heads to click on. Now he's in that role again in North. He's mainly playing the anchor position, and he can only focus on himself, and I want to see a beast.
Well, a man that we know has been showing his impact throughout the games here at DreamHack Openfall is Flusha, and Frankie had a chance to catch up with him ahead of this.
Flusha, congratulations on making it through to the upper bracket of the playoffs, and you're going up against North very, very soon. In fact, you're going up against them as your first match of the playoffs. I'm curious to know what you think of North, because they're a team that's certainly been rebuilding. Now they've got Let Crow there. Their words, going for more YOLO plays. So what are you expecting from that match?
I don't really know. Like, we haven't played them a lot. I don't think we've had an official against them in quite some time. So we're gonna have to look at how they're playing before the match and check that out. So, but of course, we are coming in as favorites according to ourselves. Of course, we should be winning that match, in my opinion.
Thank you so much for talking to me, Flusha, and good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you.
The solid favourites, in Flusha's own words there. You know what? It's kind of a shame that we don't have Maui up on the desk to continue to be championing that Fnatic narrative. But you know what? Maybe we'll get an unbiased desk for once, Potter. But I think we were talking about it beforehand. It's really been the story of the individuals stepping up for Fnatic, and they have been continuing to do that throughout this tournament.
Exactly. I mean, everyone seems to be stepping up. Crims, you know, I can't remember the last time I kept complimenting Crims round after round after round, but it does seem like his rifle work is absolutely everything that Fnatic kind of need right now. And that's kind of the beauty of these Fnatic lineup, is that at any point, any individual out of all 5 of these players can absolutely step up. I mean, we even had Golden having some huge moments, especially on Train towards that inner, even on B towards this Inferno. So really, each individual on Fnatic have been absolutely stepping up when it matters most, at least in this tournament so far.
Yeah, Golden making it into our top 5 plays of the day a couple of days ago. So, man, he has really been stepping up. Impressive stuff from him. I also just wanted to pivot onto the point of Brolin as well. Obviously, he celebrated his 2-year anniversary with Fnatic just a few days ago, which is insane to say. When you think about Maniac, he is 18 years old. He's still so young.
Yes, listen, I was having a good day and you just reminded me of how old I am. Yes, indeed, he's 18 and it's been 2 years in Fnatic. That is really great. And I just wanted to bounce back on Kristen's point. Yes, the individual have been shining for Fnatic. Flusha, obviously, the one that you have on your screen right there. But I also feel like there has been a development, an improvement even in the tactical side of things for Fnatic. We've seen them busting out some strategies, some textbooks. Creams in an interview said that Golden wanted to try things, quote unquote, but they have new things ready, 100%. Specifically on Inferno, you will see them use some of these CT spawn take very fast that the old Fnatic maybe didn't have. The old Fnatic was only, we kill you or you kill us, that is it, and then we play the map control. This new version of Fnatic is a bit deeper in terms of strategy, and they're together in the bootcamp now. The emotional side of things is also here. They can hype each other up, they can make sure they stay in the right mindset, and that makes them so much more dangerous.
Yeah, and I think with that, we can lead into our predictions for this next best of 3 series. Potter, I'm starting with you. Who's going to be taking it?
I'm going to say Fnatic are going to win this, but I don't think, look, Overpass has me a little bit confused, because we have to remember it was 16-14 versus OG. They barely won it. Flusha had insane clutches on this map. North, as I mentioned, Overpass, they are solid on this. So I do actually think North have a good shot at making this upset happen, but Fnatic, they're as clutch as ever. So I'm going to stick to Fnatic here.
Are you echoing those same thoughts, Maniac?
Absolutely. I agree that the map pool is a bit concerning. I'll still stick with Fnatic because I think that this version of North still has yet to prove to us that they can fight against the top teams. They've been racking up victories left and right in their groups. Sprout and Sure, they've done great. But now they're going up against Fnatic on boot camp, and I still want to see them prove to me that they can. So Fnatic for now, that's the safe bet.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to be siding with the Swedes here. Fnatic are going to be taking this one, but I'm very interested to see what that second map of Overpass is going to be bringing to the series. I'm also interested to see what you guys in Twitch chat are saying about this one. 76%, 1 more percent, Potter, that was siding with us in the first game of the day, rather. So some good stuff in there. We're all in agreement, I think.
All in agreement. But who was it the other day that said it's never a good sign when everyone's agreeing with Twitch chat? It might be another one of those scenarios. I'm not sure.
Well, I think now that we've got that locked down, the only thing left to do is to get into this next game. It's going to be an absolute banger to be kicking off our second best of 3 series of the day here at DreamHack Open 4, as MSL's men impressed in the group stage. But the question is, can they keep that form up against Fnatic? We're going to find out after this.
Welcome back to DreamHack Open 4. My name is Dinko, joined by Hawker, and we head into the Nordic battles. Fnatic taking on North, 2 teams that have been on the rise in this tournament. I think they've been both looking pretty solid. I think when you look at North, though, they've got a couple of caveats. That Group D wasn't the strongest of groups. We got to cover it a lot. We've seen a lot of North, but that group just wasn't very strong.
Yeah, just individually going up against Fnatic is going to be a whole different thing, especially if Flusher plays like he did yesterday on that last map. Not yesterday, the day before yesterday. I'm getting my days mixed up, Dinko, but Flusher was looking great, just aim-wise. I haven't seen that aim from Flusher in a while. I would love to see him come out strong again here in this series.
And if Flusher shows up and brings the aim to the server, Inferno is going to be a bloodbath. Time for North to prove that they can beat a top team. Fnatic are going to be a real test for them. And heading into Inferno, I have to say, I've got to favor Fnatic here. This is the map where they should be looking very solid. It's one where North haven't had the best of histories on. The recent results have not been looking good. But get a start on the CT side.
They will, and they'll start with a couple of players buying some utility. AZ's got the kit for them. A molly in the hands of Gade as well, but Fnatic also have 2 sets of nades over on the T side, and they're going to get free banana control at the start of this round. Now, Gade has this counter incendiary, Dinko. If he times this right, if there's a B execute, he could actually slow them down quite considerably here, because Fnatic will probably use their smokes instantly.
Yeah, just waiting, and waiting more. Waiting for the perfect time to throw this incendiary down. He hasn't seen enough to commit to the incendiary going down. Instead, will peer around the corner. And Fnatic have actually left B. They've turned their attentions back over to this A side of the map. All 5 players going to be over here. There's an iron hold in the crossfire from North, though. Electro down below. A player above him. Cajun B off to the long side, playing from the cubby as well. And Electro going to be looking for this initial pick for this MSL that now swings out. And Cajun B missing the shots. They're not looking at him. He needs to get these kills, and JW turns and finds him. It's Gade and AZ left in a 2v4 retake of this A bomb site. And what a nightmare start for North.
Yeah, they should have done a bit better there with some of those shots, that's for sure. And the B players arriving on the rotate are not too happy with the position they've been left in. Gade's not even going to get to use his molly, Dinko. He was so patient with it. It could have been useful in the post plant as well. He might have been able to molly out pit. He might have been able to use it effectively, but it's not going to matter. They lose the fights on A, and this is my worry for this series, Dinko. I think individually, we just need to see North show up, and that pistol round, it's not a great sign, is it?
No, not at all, especially because Cajun B was such a big part for them in the group stage. Remember back to some of the maps, even, oh, a nice shot from Gade at least there. Can he get a second one? He wants to hang on to this utility. and he'll be able to get through. But back to the point, Cajun B was a player that was looking so poised for them in that group stage. He was looking very solid alongside MSL. Cajun B had a couple opportunities now to take kills onto players that were not looking at him. He doesn't get any. The job is done. Fnatic will pick it up. And I have to say, Fnatic have been looking fantastic on an individual level. Golden has had his moments. He's been styling on teams on his own, having big clutches. That's something Fnatic can use.
Yeah, definitely. There's not really a weak link individually anymore for Fnatic. At times, Golden used to be that low fragger. He's not quite as low anymore, which is great. He's having a lot of impact with his kills as well, which is just so good when you're the in-game leader. I like the idea of this stack from North. I don't know if it's going to be successful, but I like the idea at least. I also kind of like that North haven't fully invested into this round. Because the utility is very important on Inferno. They'll have money into the future, and JW rounds the corner into the tallest stack you'll ever see.
Yeah, 3 players just looking down upon him. And there's nothing he can do there. So the rest of the team now swinging into the site. It's Brawlan taking the first 2 and a 3rd kill collected as well. Fnatic taking the A-bomb site by storm. JW walks around the corner, it gets a little nasty surprise. But other than that, nothing going north. Why? It's going to be Fnatic taking the round. And a lot of money on board as well, with that UMP doing all of the work. So Fnatic going to be up 2-0 and going to the next round. It's going to be a similar story. North not going to have enough money to get a buyout just yet. So Fnatic should be looking at 3 rounds to start Inferno.
That stack reminded me of, you know, in those movies, Dinko, where there's like 2 kids stacked on top of each other in a suit, pretending to be an adult. That's what that reminded me of. That stack was so tall. But yeah, as you said, easy round for Fnatic. Really nice spray control from Brawlan, actually, on the UMP there as he pushes the site. And they will be good to go on the Fnatic side of things. Gotta say, fun stat about Brawlan, he's got the most opening kills and the most opening kills per round in this tournament. He's been doing a lot of good entry work, but there's JW. Very sad situation for him, but it's not too bad. They win the round. North, though, still get to save some pistols, so a chance for some more damage. And JW is sticking with the Glock this round, Dinko. They should know the pistols have been saved. I guess JW is going to stick in the back lines for this one.
Oh, that grenade going down banana. It's going to go a little bit to Flusher. But North are just hoping for some sort of miracle to go their way, just for some sort of individual moment. But all that is happening is an initial dink onto MSL, drop down to 3 HP, Cajun B getting swept away by Brawlan, and JW walking up with the Glock. This is where things could get a little bit messy. This is the most JW thing, right? He didn't use every gun in the game. That's the most exciting thing about JW. And this Glock might just do a little bit of work on the MSL. He's already down to 3 HP. 2 JW finish off the job as Crims looks away at the wrong time. Gade will find a headshot. And right back into a 4v4. Just keep eyes on the Fnatic setup. The players across the board. You've still got JW over here on this A-bomb side. Brawlan about to walk out top middle. The player in Boiler, that's MSL. 1 bullet is enough. Even touching his foot would have been a kill. But unfortunately for Brawlan, he doesn't land anything. And now the attack from Fnatic really needs to work out in towards this A side.
Smoke down from Fnatic, but Lekro can still spot on the side of it. Oh, MSL caught off guard. That was JW, by the way, who got the first dink onto MSL at top mid with the Glock. That's why MSL was low in the first place, which was kind of crazy.
And he finished him off. He got his prey in the end. I love it. I love that that's just the upgrades to the Deagle. AZ will fall to the Mac 10 of Golden. So look at that money. Look at the money for Fnatic. They're balling right now. And when they go into the next round, this is where things heat up a little bit. North will finally get their buy. They'll get the weapons out on the server. They'll get the rifles. MSL has been a big part of their success so far. Like you said, coming into this, highest rated player for them on that AWP. So we'll see if he can step up against Fnatic. You said there's a chance he can have a bit of a nice setup or an AWPing matchup when it comes to JW. You say you haven't been AWPing as much, but he's pulled it out straight away.
Yeah, JW's most used weapon in the last 3 months is actually the AK. He has more kills with the AK than the AWP, which is kind of crazy to think about. But I think a lot of teams are starting to do that more and more in the online era. We're seeing Astralis do it. Device isn't AWPing as much either. But in this round, he goes straight for it, as you said. A couple of weaker weapons in play as well for Fnatic, so I'm sure JW will be looking for some early fights with that AWP. A passive B hold so far for North, though, and this is in general just quite a passive hold across the map from North. MSL's the furthest man forwards with the AWP looking for an early fight, but right now, Fnatic have a decent opportunity to try and execute onto one of these sites. And it looks like they may have made up their minds. All the Swedes moving towards B. Gade has just put down this defensive smoke, but Fnatic have time. They can play the patience game, and they can wait this out.
Well, the attack into B. The Molotovs will deploy, and that'll slow down Fnatic. Just holding and then back at the moment, but everybody's still committed to this B attack, still committed to heading towards this B bomb site. Gade looks to be the player that throws a spanner into the works for Fnatic. He's got a good position. Cajun B has taken the first kill. Finally, Crim's pulling something back, but there's only 20 seconds left to get onto the bomb site. AZ finally getting something done to Crims as well, and everything needs to go for that XY in the final few moments. The Deagle headshot delivered from Golden. Rotation coming over from North, but they've taken the site. They've managed to get that bomb down, and now MSL needs a quick shot. He's got it. It's all on JW, and right through the smoke, Electro pins his head, and it's Fnatic conceding their first round.
I was a bit worried that North wouldn't have the information in time for the rotates there, but they hold their nades, they put down that incendiary towards B, and that buys time for a third man to arrive on the B site, and that helped them so much because Crim's got these first two kills. He got one through the smoke, he got the second, but the man at the site buys a bit more time. That shot from Golden was ridiculous. Wallbang headshot with the Deagle, but then Lecro lands one of his own through the smoke. So a really scrappy round on the B site, but North are the ones who come away with it. The problem for North is that Fnatic still have a bye in this very next round, and we're going to see this banana contest come through again. We're also going to see an aggressive apartment stack from North. All three players in the apartments. This is something FaZe really like to do. They stack in the apps early, they look for the pick, but Brolan is too quick on the trigger.
Lecro, this could be the worst timing. He goes to throw the smoke, and Golden just walks into his crosshair. Lecro getting caught with a nade in his hand, and that has given another man advantage in play for Fnatic. Just over a minute left. Golden just swinging on by a second opening, and that's enough to shut North out of this round. Golden, he is looking so good on Inferno right now. That's a great round from him, and he's not done yet. He wants more.
I mean, in the pregame, I was getting excited about Flush's aim maybe being good. And Golden's just come in and landed some Deeg headshots, some AK openings. Brolan got a great kill at the start of this round as well. And Fnatic looking on point individually. AZ at least lands one kill on the exits. The thing that sucks here for North is that Gade doesn't even have a great gun. He's got a FAMAS right now that he's trying to save. That's how bad the situation is. Flash comes through. Crims looking for this one. Round confirmed, and Crims just taps the head off. Oh man, Fnatic have come strong at the start of this game, Dinko. This is the scary Fnatic you do not want to be going up against.
Yeah, everybody showing up, everybody having their moments. And that's very scary because North haven't got the individuals right now to compete head to head. And yeah, that is just filth. Just so filthy across the board. With Fnatic on the headshots. Now we go into round number 6. Fnatic up 4-1. North charging down middle. They're going to be trying to bring the pin with the default pistol, but all they will find is Flusher with a 3K and JW to seal out the round. 5-1 for Fnatic, and finally money back into the banks of the North players. They will get the AWP out again. I feel like something that North could do, Alex. Now, obviously, it requires a huge investment and probably will only happen a little later down the line in this first half, if at all, is that double up setup. That was something that was quite spicy for this North team that added quite a bit of firepower between Cajun B and MSL. So if that's a possibility, I would look forward to seeing that. Cajun B was a big performer for them in the series. We got to see them last, closing out Group D. So I want to see more of that.
Yeah, that's got to be somewhere in the back of North's mind that that's an option at some point. It's also nice to get the player cams, Dinko, because both of these teams are in a bit of a boot camp right now, I believe. They're at least all in the same area, which is really cool to see. Almost reminding me of the days where we would have LANs at Counter-Strike.
Imagine.
Back in the good old days. But MSL is back on that AWP. He's going towards Banana at the start of this one. So a switch up in MSL's positioning. He's going to look for a fight towards B. Early Molly and Smoke go together, and MSL boosted up over the top. Another Smoke goes down. No clear vision for MSL just yet, and he decides to drop off that position.
Currently, 3 players playing quite passively in towards the A side. That's because North standing the aggressive stance down Banana. They've won that battle completely. Fnatic will not have any of that. They don't want to fight Banana. They don't want to have any sort of involvement in those early fights. Instead, they'll just pull back and put their attentions onto the A-bomb side. They're not really slowing down. Here comes the full execute. Fnatic, a set piece right out of the round, straight onto the A-bomb site, and now they continue to run forward. Gid holding a long position from Cubby. That's a good spot to find Flusher swinging wide, and the flashbang from AC is perfection. Gid with the follow-up. What a round from Gid so far. 3 kills, absolutely shuts down Fnatic, and he wants more. 4 kills for Gid in the round, and a second picked up for North. Fnatic try the A execute, and it just doesn't work out for them. Gid, smart positioning, good utility usage from AZ, and Gid just absolutely tears them apart.
Yeah, great shots from Gade, but I love that North actually have an idea here when playing passively on the A side. Too many times you see teams sit back, give up the control, and then not have any options for re-aggression, not have any options for proactive play, but they just have that one flashbang lined up. Gade gets to make the most of it, and Gade is hungry for more. Through the smoke, oh, Gade gets a double! What a start to this game for Gade. Great shots on Banana, and Fnatic trying up the pace towards A.
Lycro with the first on the JW. Smoke is going to go down. And you'll look for another one here. Crims coming through the smoke. Lycro doubles up in the round. And that is enough. This A defense is looking solid. Something that really wasn't there in the last series for North, even though they get the win, was Lycro. He was a very quiet performer for them. I want to see that change against Fnatic. It needs to. Against his ex-teammates. And so far, so good. He's got 2 kills in this round.
Okay, AZ. Gets caught in the back. It's not too bad, though. The only concern is that Gade is actually alone on B right now. If Brian wins this fight, he could get the bomb plant, but he's not ready. He's going to tuck into CT. A is actually open. Frolan doesn't know that, though. He's going to flank onto the B bomb site. Molly for triple. He's going to clear out these corners, but Gade is in the perfect position. Yeah, Frolan's not ready. Great spot from Gade. He really is starting to show up early, Dinko, and maybe he's going to be one of those star players on this squad. I feel like Gade's role on North has changed so much over time. You know, he's tried IGLing, he's tried being more of a supportive element. I wouldn't mind seeing him try to be the star, because some of these shots he's landing at the start of this game are looking great.
I mean, Gade has that potential. I remember a tournament, a DreamHack Open towards the end of last year in Seville. Gade, that was the tournament North won. Obviously a different face to the roster. Before they brought MSL back in, but that team was looking quite solid because Gade actually was just showing up on a huge individual level. He was really the star for them. He has that capability. It's just finding the consistency at that level will be the problem for North. And, well, they'll take it if they're playing against Fnatic and he's showing up. If this is one of his good days, this is the perfect time to have it.
And I do think some of our questions have been answered early, Dinko, as to whether or not North will be able to hold up individually. They're at least showing they're going to be competitive, which was the most important thing I wanted to see from these early rounds. I was a bit worried there was a chance Fnatic were just going to steamroll them with how the aggression was going early. But North have held up. Now they've got that AWP in the hands of MSL, and he is about to get some fights on Banana. Fnatic not with too many nades here, so MSL might have a chance to finally try and have some impact.
MSL holding around the corner. Fnatic starting to walk this way. Oh, easy. Quick headshot. MSL following up as well. These pistols, so far they've been neutered in the attack, but MSL will miss the shot. Now it'll cost him his life. That ult swings on by the CT spawn at least. because of the HE grenade, so no recovering that for the Fnatic side. And the bomb can go down. Roland's on 2 HP on the cross though. Smoke will deploy out towards CT spawn again, but the pressure really is on Crims to deliver. He's the player with the rifle. With this corner position from Brolin, this might be enough for a kill in towards Banana. That Tech 9 can rattle the head of Lekro, and we've got a real chance to see Fnatic take this round. And Lekro edging closer and closer, looks to clear the corner. He will win the duel, and now it is all Crims. He falls as well. Nothing done in the post plant, but Fnatic will not be complaining too much. They go onto the site, getting the bomb down, get the two kills on the board, but obviously in the situation they were in, looking for the round win. But it's not the end of the world. 5-4 on the board. North will get the money in now. Look at the economy starting to build for this North side. Starting to look solid. And Fnatic, well, their money is on the line on a few players. This is an important round for them to win.
Fnatic still going for that AWP onto JW as well. So we might get to see those AWP battles come through. MSL again is going back to Banana. Do wonder whether Fnatic will try and maybe make the most of that in some of these gun rounds coming up, because MSL did get run down there by the pistols. The rest of North had to really rotate over and try and save it. Quick push up long for Fnatic though. Gabe, well, easy kill onto Brolan, but Golden's there for the trade. Now A-Long is open, and now North might start to get uncomfortable, Dinko. Just look at the mini-map. They are completely split apart on the CT side.
Lekro in Graveyard will be changing up his position, trying to hold this crossfire occasion B. This setup could work, you know. This setup could work in towards this A attack. Golden swings around. Lekro able to catch him out. Now, that weakens the attack completely for Fnatic. They no longer have an approach from long. They need to win the duels inside the site. And so far, Lekro has been holding on. He goes for more. A third kill. Can he get all four? The Tech 9 pulled out, rattling into the boxes as JW... He knows this round chance is slipping through his fingers, and AZ quickly comes up from behind. 5 rounds for North. They even up the scoreline, and Fnatic, that's a couple of times now they've tried to heavy hit in towards the A bomb site, and it just hasn't worked.
Yeah, and we're seeing North have some good preparation with some of these flash assists. And with this play from Lekro, just dancing around the bomb site. He does a really good job at just staying alive at the end here as well. When he switches out to the Tech 9, he knows he just needs to stay alive, buy time for the rotate. He does just that, and Fnatic have to take an early timeout here on their map pick. It's not quite gone according to plan for them. They had a good start to this game, but North have really started to mount a comeback. They've won the last 4 rounds in a row.
That is a crazy statistic, Alex. 5-5 on the board. North have tied things up. Never have beat Fnatic in a best of 3 or BO5. That's just wild.
Yeah. Especially, yeah, North's been around for a while, like with so many different lineups, right? That's wild. I mean, think back to that tournament where MSL was the MVP with the AWP, you know? He beat Astralis.
Yeah, the anti-Astralis tournament. That's what that was. MSL coming in swinging. I can't remember who it was, but someone said that was the worst thing that ever happened to MSL.
What, that made him think he could AWP?
Yeah, they're never gonna add an actual AWP to the north side. MSL will just say, I can do it. I mean, he has been doing pretty good with it, I have to say. I don't think he'll ever be at the level where he's able to be a star AWPer, but in fact, he's against some of the weaker teams, he's able to lead the way in terms of kills. Can hold his own at least. Well, now Fnatic starting to walk up through Banana. The AK-47 at the front. Crims, the man with the rifle in his hands. If there's a player you want on Fnatic with an AK, well, you've got a lot of options, but Crims is certainly a fantastic choice. We'll see if they can make this work as they attack into the B-bomb site. They're actually all grouped up in this smoke, and they've been forced off. Now, AZ's turn at the back of the bomb site to try and deliver. He's got one from Nubox. Gade as well following up, and this is clean from North. The B-hold is looking good as well. No bomb plant to be seen. Only 1 kill. Make it 2 now with Flusher being able to take both. The problem is when you're in these scenarios and you still have to go for the bomb plant, there's just no cover. You find this so difficult to try and find any way into the round, and Flusher tries to fight his way out of it, but it's Cation B with the headshot. Just too many players looking down the barrel at him. And it's North into the lead, 6-5, 1 on the board in the lead. But Fnatic are coming right back into things with a purchase.
Solid shots by the B players there. And again, the flashes are looking good from North. They're getting quite a few flash assists at the start of this game, which I think is great for them. I think that's got to be something that they rely on fairly decently as well. They should be a team that are one of the better teams at using utility, and we got to see that there. We get to see a nade at the start of this round as well. Golden taking some early damage. Again, MSL's on Banana with the York. He's really focused on playing Banana throughout this game. He's very rarely taken that top mid fight. Molly not spreading though. Oh, AZ closing in, and wow, what a shot from AZ. Sprayed on the edge of the smoke though. Looked like there may have been a little gap that Flusher used there. Either way, a 1-for-1 trade to kick things off, and MSL is now alone on this B side of the map. He has to make sure he doesn't die too easily, and he's realized it's probably time to play a little bit safer.
Slowing things down. Fnatic not committing anywhere just yet. JW, well, a bit of a wander. And what's going on in Banana? It's top. Now Fnatic will reply with some utility usage in towards A, just trying to keep these players on the B bomb site defense. Currently North with 2 on this A site, 1 in towards Graveyard, another passive setup, but this passive setup has been working out for them on this A hole. So Fnatic, can they figure it out? Can they figure out how to take the site finally as they move forward? They're going to need a big opening, and Brolin is the man that finds the entry. Can he find the follow-up? No, but JW will, and Fnatic have taken the A bomb site. North cannot retake, they cannot rotate quick enough, and Fnatic are going to be tying things up.
Yeah, I think one of the problems for North right now is that Fnatic have figured out that whenever it turns into a 4v4, North seem to leave A long wide open. And that gives Fnatic so much room to work with. Obviously, Brolan lands a brilliant shot there to get them into the site in the first place. But if you're leaving A long open like that, you're susceptible to both wraps on the A site and to the B splits. So I think once you get into that 4v4, as much as it probably is kind of the correct thing to do from North's perspective, right, to split up 2 to each site, because it's a little bit predictable, Fnatic are able to exploit it in this round, because they've seen that in a couple of rounds already. They've seen that Long has potentially been a weak spot for North. I wouldn't mind MSL maybe AWPing there in this next round. He's been on Banana in a bunch of these rounds so far. I think it might be time for MSL to switch that up a little bit. Maybe try and AWP on Long, try and see if you can offer some resistance in that position. Fnatic having to adapt to get that round win. It's back to a 6-6 scoreline. North definitely showing up here at the start of this one. And again, this is on Fnatic's map pick. This is a good sign for North.
Yeah, it certainly is. North putting pressure on early. JW blinded, still takes the kill on the MSL. AZ, oh, he's going to be chucked down. He's 50 HP, still sticking around here as well. Luckily, no follow-up nades coming through just yet. AC, oh, he was just asking for it at that point. The spam through the smoke, Flusher connects onto the head, and it's a 2-man advantage immediately for Fnatic. Look at this A-hold, it's a little different this time. They're both playing inside of the site. Like you said, when they are in that 4v2, they do leave Long open. That not only allows Fnatic to wrap Long and take the fights onto the A-bomb site, but it also allows for a B split to come through. Because in that previous round, we noticed there were actually passive setups on both sides of the map. They weren't too aggressive on B, so they weren't gathering info there. So they could have actually just split B there as well. So you have loads of options with the way North are playing these 4v2s, but you've rotated this time. They're gambling onto the right bomb side. 3 players on the B side of the map right now for North. If Fnatic find this information out early, they still have the opportunity to back and barrel to A. But right now, they've got to figure that out.
Yeah, I like this stack from North. If you guessed wrong, you can just save and have a buy in the next. If you guessed right, you've got a chance to win the round. And Gade kicks things off with a bang. 2 kills from Gade. And Cajun B is still up on this boost. Smoke goes down, it's awkward, and Cajun gets another kill. It's into a 2v2, and they've got a real chance at this, Dinko.
Yeah, well, Lekro 1 versus 2 moves forward, and he's caught golden. What a round. 3 kills from the in-game leader, and Fnatic are into the lead. No matter what North do, they played that one to perfection. They had the 3-man stack on the B bomb side. They had everything going for them, but Fnatic do not care. They still walk away with it. And that is just JW all over.
I want to see JW's glasses he's got on again. It's almost reminding me of Bad
perfect.
Fallen.
Yeah, it's like as soon as he runs up Banana, he just does that. You just cut to his cam. He's got the glasses on. A true gamer.
Oh no, not again.
Oh, we're so close.
69 ADR, of course, for JW. Truly a man full of memes. Got the Deagles out for North in this one. Bit of a gamble stack towards the A side. Again, trying this top mid stack. You see teams do this fairly often to varying levels of success. Currently, it's only Crims here, though. The rest of the Fnatic players back towards B. And nice patience from Crims. No need to even look at top mid there. The rest of your squad are going B. Just leave it up to them to win the round. Smoke down from Gabe, but he's in trouble. He's been caught. And Fnatic already with the early kill.
Oh, Crims. Trying to hold off this apartment's aggression from Lecro. To work out for him. He's doing damage every time Lecro peaks, and eventually there's enough damage done to get the kill. But AZ on the double dig. MSL holding behind the smoke in the B bomb site is now Fnatic. Look to make a little bit of space here. It's Golden yet again, making the difference for Fnatic.
Again, yeah, important kills from Golden. Had to get them onto the B site. He makes sure to get both kills on towards B. Now AZ's already thinking of maybe backing away. Cajun B's got the AK, so he can definitely go ahead and try and save that. But these rounds continue to come kind of close for Fnatic. You can see that a little bit in their economy as well. It's not been that built up. Should be a bit better after this round. The 8 rounds for Fnatic, T side, I think that's probably already what they would have been aiming for from this first half. 9 would obviously be great for them. And AZ's even got an AWP.
At the start of these rounds, we're watching JW just B-hop into angles. It's just mental stuff going in from JW. I, for one, am loving it. You know, sometimes the talking point is, you know, T-side AWPing can be quite difficult. But if you're JW, this playstyle is just going to work out for you. But this round was just fantastic from AZ. He just absolutely domes 2 players down the middle. That's a little flash in the pan of what AZ is capable of. We're going to need to see more of that. Fnatic up by 1 round. Can they find, or should I say, at least 1 round going into the next half? Can they extend that lead to 3? They have a chance over North in this last round, but it's Cation B with a good start.
Trade at top mid, and currently it's only Lecro on the A bomb site. He'll be asking for a rotation. Gade will be the first man to arrive. MSL's AWP has been very static on Banana throughout this game, but the nades are nice. Flush is down to 21 health. But even after hearing both of those nades on Banana, Flush is still calling for his teammates to come back towards B.
Yeah, but that could work out because look at AZ. He's actually just rotated off towards CT spawn. He's playing from Speedway right now. So MSL has to be able to find this kill. He's going to get the chance. Crims goes down. Now the attack from Fnatic is slowed. It's a 3 versus 4. They've got the man deficit. And you can... Well, no rotation yet from AZ, but now he gets pulled over. MSL with a second kill. Dropping the bomb. MSL, the solo carry into the B-bomb site, shutting Fnatic down. It's just JW left alone. He picks up the AWP again. 40 seconds left, and this round is looking so difficult for JW. No smoke for the cross. Still a player at Coffins, and he is going to be peaked by AZ. Fantastic stuff. Time for a short break, though, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if North can continue this good form into the second half.
Proud to speak my heart without any pretense. blubbermouth, that's what I'm called. Big mouth, blubbermouth, but I don't Did I say something I shouldn't have? You see, I'm not that nice. Should I apologize? Did I do something I shouldn't have? Did I embarrass you? Do something too taboo? I didn't know I had to watch my tongue. Now you know that I'm a loaded gun. Ooh, it might be true. I'm too tapped. Did I say something I shouldn't have? Too tapped. Not that nice. Should I apologize? Not that nice.
It's as close as you can get it here on Inferno. 8-7, Fnatic barely in the lead by 1 round. North on the T side now will have a difficult task. I'm looking forward to seeing what they have up their sleeve. But Fnatic, I feel like JW is going to do some damage going into the second half.
He was definitely looking to make some JW-esque plays in the first half. Now heading into the CT side, he'll have some more chances to do the same. We're heading into the pistol round, where Fnatic have a couple of nades on the CT side. They've already thrown one of them down Banana, and it hasn't done any damage. Meanwhile, for North, they also have a couple of smokes and flashes, and you can already see JW getting a little antsy. He wants to find some fights, and he might just find them.
Well, JW with the opening kill. The difference maker for Fnatic in the first half was Golden. The in-game leader leading with 14 kills on the board. And now Fnatic have a time to shine for the rest of the team now. JW looking for a second in the round. He's got it. He'll go for 3, but he's run out of ammo. Let go and MSL overwhelm the A defense. And now it's a 3 versus 3.
At least they have the kit, Dinko. A couple of flashes as well, but North also have some players low on health. MSL having to play up close. Fnatic still taking their time on this retake. Slowly starting to clear these angles, but they're going to have to go eventually.
Oh, MSL shot by Golden. Now 3 versus 2. Man advantage in for Fnatic. A kit in the back of Golden, but Gate's position has gone unchecked. Golden, though, will win the round yet again. And big round from Golden. He's got 3 kills in the pistol, 17 and 10 right now. This guy is having a fantastic tournament so far, and I for one, am a big fan of Golden. I think his whole story with this Fnatic roster is fantastic, and the fact that not only has he come back into the team and they're doing well again, right, or starting to do well in this tournament again, he's also frightening. He's also carried them right now in Inferno. This is fantastic stuff.
And that puts Golden up to 6 multi-kill rounds now. By far the most in the server. The next closest would be Gade, who's got 4. But Golden has definitely been having a lot of important rounds for his team. 4 Spy comes through for North, though. They've gone for 4 Galils and a Deeg into this round. A few smatters of nades in there as well, as Cajun gets that kill up close. Good kill with the Galil. No one there to follow him up, but top mid is wide open, and North are making the most of it.
Yeah, they're just walking up. No one holding on the A bomb site either. Finally, they'll pull Brolin back. He has to be aware of this weakness in the defense, and he is. You can see he's ready for the long attack, but North have just walked through the archway. Did Brolin spot the back of Lekro? I think he did. So he's going to walk through Library, and there's 2 players already in spawn. He's going to spot Lekro keep walking. He knows that's the bomb now. There's his chance. Takes down Gade. Another defense can get ready. It's Golden again, having to be the hero of Fnatic. He drops off into first oranges. Now with the MP9, doesn't get a single kill from it. And it's a 2 versus 3, back in favor of North.
MSL successful on the spray down. And Brolan doesn't have much of a chance here. 1v3. He decides he can't win this round. So North find the gap. They find the timing window to get into CT spawn, to split the B site. We were talking about it at the halftime break, Dinko, that's something that Fnatic never did on their T side, that they might have been able to make the most of. It's North who come right at them at the T side with the 4 Spy. They get onto the B site thanks to the B split. And now Fnatic are the ones who are going to be on the back foot in terms of the economy. So great read from North, great round called. They're going to bring it back to an 8-9 scoreline and potentially get control of the economy game as long as they can win this next one.
Well, this is certainly heating up on Inferno. 9-8 is the score. And as we return to the action north, we'll have 2 Galils, an M4 that they recovered, and 2 AK-47s. Fnatic have a chance to still win this round, of course, but it is looking unlikely. North are favored in round number 18 to tie the scoreline up. And so far, it's still good. Fnatic did drop this map. It was a pick for them in the previous series. They did drop it 16-13 to OG. They lost. So we know that they have traditionally and historically been very solid on the map, and we know they still are, but not unbeatable as North look to tie things up.
Molly forces Golden away from Banana. And this map's been a bit of a weird one for Fnatic recently in that they've had some really good wins on it. They beat Vitality 16-5 on Inferno, for example, even though they lost that series. They even beat OG on this map in that first series they played in the opening game of their group. They got a 16-11 win against OG there. It was then in the rematch, though, that they lost it as their map pick. So that one result may be a little bit shaky in the mix, but normally a good map for this squad. Either way, 45 seconds left on the clock, and wow, JW, great shot to kick things off, and Fnatic still have plenty of nades here, Dinko. These smokes could slow North down.
Yeah, it gets scary now as well, brawling in the pit. I feel like he has to do a lot of damage here for Fnatic if they want to win this round on the A side. North have no other option. They have to commit to the bomb site, and Crims is still here. He hits the headshot, but it's through the woods, so it doesn't do enough damage for death. But the seconds, well, he has taken down 2 players, and AZ is left alone in the world. Fnatic pull it off again. These pistols are so deadly in their hands. There's $300 invested, and Crims just absolutely tears them apart.
Oh, those P250s are so strong, aren't they? JW, such a tight angle to begin with, and then, because the time is low and because there are smokes up from both sides, it just turns into a scrap. And that's exactly what Fnatic want. That's exactly where Fnatic want you, especially in that round where they have pistols. They've got the individuals who are going to make the difference. Crims had a quiet game up until that point, but you know that he's going to be Mr. Consistent for this team. And here's that 3-man molly down Banana and mid that we saw Astralis using previously. It makes it so hard for the T's to get anywhere near Banana, and you can already see Fnatic have the full control.
Lekro. He has a good spot, though. With this Deagle, we know how deadly he can be on this gun. Flusher was so ready for Lekro. 2 kills now, a 3rd for Flusher on the MP9. Easy pickings for Flusher. And North have just been destroyed.
MSL's going to be a bit mad about that one. He thought Lekro had his back. Turns out Flusher had them all in his back pocket. Oh, more style points. That's a bit much. Gade finally puts an end to the chaos. The bomb's still been left behind at mid. We have an AK in the hands of Cajun and a Galil for Gade. It's not completely out of the question here for North, but now that Cajun has gone down, that might be the difference maker. Gabe with another good kill, though, and he's been having a great game, Dinko. You do not want to fight him 1 by 1, but they're going to do it, and Golden nearly goes down. The dink lands to Gade, but Golden replies with a headshot just in time. That came kind of close, though.
Yeah, that got a little scary for Fnatic. You thought Flusher had done enough to win the round, enough to lock it in, but final few moments there, it got a little bit hairy. Luckily, it is Fnatic who take the round win. North down to an eco. They got a Deagle in the hands of Gade, and that is the only investment on the server right now for North. So Fnatic should be taking 12 rounds and putting themselves 4 rounds away from victory. And there is a chance where Fnatic just grab the control of the CT side, and that's a scary thing for North. They've got to win this next gun round, I feel. And that nade, let's go around the corner.
I don't think that's what Flusher wanted to throw the nade at whatsoever. I think he wanted to nade down down towards bottom mid. Either way, it did damage, so fair enough.
Nonetheless, it's like even when Fnatic aren't trying to do something, it still goes their way. Just Fnatic things, really.
I didn't even know you could like bounce the nade there off that wall into underpass. That's what looked like happened. So there you go.
I mean,
lessons
Flusher
learned every
and his
day.
utility damage.
Oh man,
It's like, it's just anonymous at this point.
oh, this could be easy pickings for the MP9s if this push were to come in. Oh, Golden through the smoke. He is having a good game today. Well, there you go. Flusher. That's a great nade. Into mid. Bit more damage done. And Fnatic should have a very easy time of things from this point.
"35 seconds left. Fnatic shutting the round down. Just MSL and Lekro. They have found a couple of weapons now. Oh my god, Lekro still finding the kill. Golden. Yeah. Little bit questionable. But Fnatic have now lost 2 players. And possibly another here as well, because JW is on 19 HP. He looks to deny the round, and Crims at long range could do this. No smoke for the cross, of course. And now JW can peek out as well. Crims the final frag. Luckily, Fnatic clean up the round towards the end. A few players dropping, few scary moments from Fnatic. But North, here comes their buy.
Yeah, Golden there going for the jump, I guess, to try and make sure that North wouldn't just shoot him while blind, because that's oftentimes what's going to happen there. It nearly cost him, but it's all good. And JW has that AWP you were so excited about, Dinko. He's got that in his hands, and he's going to go for a fight down mid. They're not giving it to him, though. Smart from North. Never give JW a fight like that.
Ooh, good Molotov. And the good nade. An even better one at that. North, they've taken a lot of damage from utility. Now Golden. It looks like he was about to be tested, but that Molotov, that now separates Lekro from the rest of the pack. North held back by this. Flusher wants to go around this corner. He's going to be risky. Lekro has the good spot, and both players on the B defense fall. And out is Crims trying to do it all. He's at the back of the B site. The rotation coming in from JW. The Molotov needs to be good, and Crims needs to be better. And that's exactly what he will do. 3 kills for Crims. What a god on the B site. That's 4 kills and the round win for Fnatic.
I thought that round was lost for Fnatic. When the first 2 players pushed Banana, they thought that close wall was mollied. You saw Flusher pushing, had no clue there could be a player there. He wasn't even looking there. He thought that position was mollied off, so he didn't even check it. But Crims, how about that for a hold? He gets all 4 kills after both his teammates die on Banana. Nice shot from Cajun to kick things off. That was an AWP he just took out of the round. And he could turn this into 2 1v1s. Brolan is alone on this A side. Cajun's going to try and run it to A, but Brolan's going to hear him.
He will hear every footstep now running towards him. He needs to be cleaned up with a headshot, and there it is. Brolan with the kill, Fnatic with the round. Crims, just unbelievable. You know when Fnatic are in that situation where you think they've lost a round? You've got Crims. Crims can just do anything, it seems. He was left alone, completely alone on this B site. JW was behind that CT smoke, and Crims just has to kill everyone on the attack. Luckily, he's Crims, and he gets it done. 13 rounds for Fnatic, 3 rounds away from victory, and that's a round North will be very upset with.
Now, there aren't many players you'd pick over Crims in those sorts of anchor positions. It's just so reliable in those spots. And he proves it in that round. And that was after a slow first half for Crims. I think he had 6 kills in the first half. Wasn't the best first half for him, but he's really showed up in some of these important CT rounds. It's looking good for Fnatic to get the win here. Now, the B site hold is quite passive for Fnatic. They're playing on the site in this round, but Crims is already in CT spawn, so he's ready for the fast rotates, and there are only 2 smokes for North as well. Not many nades for them, so as long as Fnatic gets some early kills, they should be all right.
Yeah, Golden holding on, easy. Oh, another clean headshot from Golden. As B-bomb site hole looks like a sure thing right now for Fnatic. This could be Flusher running down with the UMP. Barbecue living up to its name there. Kid. Flusher looks to heat up, and he's got the final kill. 14-8 Fnatic. They've grabbed control of things in this second half. And this is what I was scared about for North going into the second. If they didn't get that early momentum, if they didn't get the economy game onto wraps early on, Fnatic are so good on Inferno that on the CT side, they can just completely grab control of it. And Fnatic have had an individual step up. Like we said, coming into this second half, Golden was leading the way on 14 kills. Still leading the way on 22. But there's been moments from everybody that have stepped up in the second half, and Fnatic are now 2 rounds away from victory.
Ooh, big nade damage on Banana. Flusher and Golden both below half health, but JW is getting involved now. We haven't even had to see his ult come through so far because the rest of the team have been carrying them through. And North might try and up the pace here, but Golden on the other side could be ready. Yo, he's not ready. Now Flusher has to hold, and Flusher swings out wide and gets caught by Lecro. Good kills from North, and the switch up in pace seems to be successful.
Yeah, good round so far by North, but it is the retake for Fnatic. They are solid on the retake, but a lot of damage has been done, inflicted upon them, and they think better of going for it. So they're going to flee the scene. They're going to save into the next round, and North given a 9th round.
Not bad. 9th round on the board. Gotta say, shout out to Golden for being the top fragger of the team and still taking the UMP in that round. The 1 SMG. That is a good teammate right there. There is another round on the board for North, and it comes off just a couple of kills onto B. I'm glad that North did switch up the pace there. I think that was needed. Just go for a play that's more reliant on making it, again, one of those scrappier rounds. Just make a play that relies more on just timings to be right for you. And they finally get another T round on the board. I don't think that's going to be repeatable, though, Dinko. I think now Fnatic will be ready for those sorts of rounds, so we've got to see something else from North as we continue in this game. But it's the start that they needed, and I think that switch-up was well-timed.
Well, Flusher going for that early banana aggression. Spams down through the smoke, but he no longer has any information. That smoke severs his information flow. Fnatic will start their fallback into more passive setup on the B-bomb site. JW, though, this angle is an ult, but they can pull this kind of stuff off, and it's the headshot onto Kid. The big flick down and an opening kill for Fnatic.
I think one of the problems North are having is that we talked about in the group stage how much impact Cage and B had on some of those lurks, on some of those flank plays. And in these recent rounds, they're just getting picked apart early. Right? They're not able to get Cage and B into those lurk spots because Fnatic are just holding strong across the map. Now they're down in a 4v5, and this B execute could be the perfect call, Dinko. There's only one CT here.
Yeah, and no one close by for a rotate. It's Flusher, though, on the hold. We'll see if he can get anything done here. He goes forward and then goes back behind the smoke. The attack is coming through from North. Golden trying to spam on in through the cross. Flusher doesn't get a single kill, but Golden will on the cross. Now there's a chance for Fnatic. They've still got that man advantage as they look to reclaim the B-bomb site. Look at the utility. You've got 3 flashbangs here for Fnatic, an Itchy Grenade, a Smoke, and an Incendiary. They have enough utility to pull off this retake. Flash into the ruins, they check the close corner, really limiting the positions, checking off every possible spot from the T side. But Lycro has just taken down Crims, Brawlin there with the immediate trade. Still the advantage for Fnatic into this retake, and Brawlin and Golden, they're doing a lot, but it's all on AZ. A 1 versus 3. He's connected onto the first, now peeking into the open, and it's JW securing a double kill, and Fnatic right down to the final second on the defuse, and Fnatic have pulled it off. 15-9, right down to the final moments, but Fnatic will take map point.
Oh, I just feel like AZ doesn't need to peek at the end there. There's such little time, Dinko. There's such little time on the bomb. I thought AZ was going to tuck in the corner and wait for the defuse, because then you know it's a 1v1, but he goes out wide. He hears the player close. Fnatic get the defuse just in time, and that puts them 1 round away from the win.
Yeah, 1 round away from taking Inferno. North coming into this round will have a purchase. They have the utility. They have the rifles out across the board. Now they're going to start running up banana. Have to say, though, MSL could have dropped an AK to Gid, so him having to play with the Galil here, but nonetheless, still a very solid weapon, especially in the hands of Gid. MSL has been chunked down to 50 HP already. AZ with the opening kill. Golden, who has been such an important player for them here on Inferno, is gone.
And again, it's a bombardment of nades into B. Flusher not blinded yet, and Crims has arrived on the rotate. No CT smoke down, just the lurk smoke onto the site. Flusher now isolated. Good shot, but he's quickly traded. And Crims is stuck behind that smoke, but the nade gets 2. Oh no, North stuck in a 1v3. It's all on Gade.
Oh, this is going to be rough. He finds an M4, has to reload in the corner. Now, 3 players from Fnatic. They are just waiting for their moment, waiting for the time for them to strike onto the site. Gade has to venture out from dark, recover the bomb. There is a smoke in front of him, but he can pick that up, the smoke off CT. Now he's collected the bomb again. Just very calm plays here from Gade, not rushing into anything. Eventually will plant the bomb, but now Fnatic go together. Crim's around the corner first, the second as well. They've given him 1v1s, and Gade runs around the corner. JW was in spot, and he will secure the victory for Fnatic.
Yeah, Gade didn't expect all 3 from Ruins. He wasn't ready for the last man, and JW is there to seal the deal with his shades in style. 16-10, 16-9, I don't even remember, but I can tell you for a fact, Dinko, Fnatic get the win on Inferno. Solid win for them. I think they'll be happy with that second half. North showed us some signs of life, though.
Yeah, North certainly did show us some signs of life. I just feel like Inferno on the TT side limits what KGB can do. He can't really have the same impact, especially with the playstyle that Fnatic bring to the table. But yeah, again, just Golden. What a god tier player. I hope we get to see more of Golden carrying Fnatic. I'm loving this. It's time for a short break though, and then we'll return with map number 2 of this series. We'll see if Fnatic can close it.